Good morning, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying your weekend. I got some news on EVO 2017, which is the world's largest fighting game tournament. So we're going to have a lot of future fighting games, a lot of upcoming fighting games, and hopefully some good surprises this year, since EVO is usually a great event for fighting game announcements, obviously. Let's start off with the bombshell. Arika, which is the company that co-developed the Street Fighter EX series, is going to have their game playable at EVO this year, which is really great news. We haven't heard any updates for this game for a while. So if you guys didn't hear about it already, a couple months ago, Arika had an April Fool's joke trailer that wasn't exactly an April Fool's joke, confusing, I know, of a new fighting game that hasn't actually have an official name yet. For now, the only placeholder name is Fighting EX Lair, which we have seen actual gameplay of, showing off characters such as Garuda and Kairi. Now this will be a location test, and Arika is looking for feedback from you guys. Now, last I remember, the company was actually looking for a publisher to greenlight this project, and Arika will obviously be, showing off the game, gaining exposure, and EVO is obviously a perfect place, a perfect event to show off their game. The reception has been extremely positive so far, and I'm confident that one day we will be able to, get this game in our hands and be able to purchase it. Unfortunately, there will only be one booth available to play it on, so expect like an E3 2017 experience. I'm pretty traumatized from it myself, actually. So the lineup's going to be crazy, and hopefully we'll get more footage and see what updates they have added, if any, to the project. If there is any crowdfunding or something like that in the future for the game, I'll be sure to let you guys know, as I personally want to support this game. And if you guys want to finally, get your hands on some Street Fighter EX characters, this is one way to do it. If you guys want to play Crackerjack or Skullmania or something, yeah, this is the only other way, guys. Next up, Dragon Ball FighterZ will also be available at EVO, and not only playable, but they're actually having a small tournament for the game as well, so that'll be really funny. The build of the game will apparently feature future Trunks, and maybe even more characters, as I won't be surprised if Bandai Namco has, multiple character announcements during this event, like, showing off 3 characters at once in a single trailer, for example. Even though E3 this year was, partly open to the public, I think 15,000 people, this time we're actually going to get fighting game enthusiasts the chance to test the game out, and I look forward to the updated, gameplay footage and feedback. Also, since there will be, we know there's a closed beta coming up in August, with EVO being in mid-July, there's a very high chance that we'll get an announcement on when this beta and how to register for it will actually be available during the event as an announcement as well. Finally, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite will also be playable at EVO. This is really important since the game has received a lot of criticism lately, and we'll hopefully get to see one of the most updated builds of the game before it's finally released. This will be like their last chance to really hit it home and show what this game is capable of. Because we know, once again, EVO is mid-July and the game releases on September 19th, which means that the game is probably going gold in August, and I'm assuming we're at the tail end of the development. I'm also looking really forward to hard-hitting character announcements, such as the rumored Jeddah from Darkstalkers and Monster Hunter from, well, Monster Hunter. I wouldn't doubt that Capcom has an exhibition match to show off the gameplay as well, since that is definitely one of the game's strongest, strong points. Similar to what happened to Marvel vs. Capcom 3 when it was first shown at EVO as well. Now, before we wrap this up, guys, I'd like to take a moment to show you guys the EVO 2017 registration numbers across all the fighting game tournaments, which was provided by SRK Stats. So Street Fighter V has actually dropped almost half the total entries from last year. Last year they had over 5,000 entries, an insane amount, 5,102, and it's down to 2,622 entries now. Yeah, over 5,000 was insane. You can argue that the interest levels for Street Fighter V has lowered, but it's still the highest entries of all the fighting games in the tournament. Kingdom Fighters 14 is at 375, and this is the first EVO that features Kingdom Fighters 14. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 still has a fair amount of registrations at 648, and was the winner of the the final fighting game slot of all the tournaments. Blaze Blue at 499. Haven't seen Blaze Blue since 2014, which was actually a really good tournament with a really good finals. And yeah, this will be a different build of the game, of course. Tekken 7 has the biggest spike of all the games, over 100% spike, to 1,278 entries, which was, Probably because the game is now available to the public. Also, don't be surprised if they announce Tekken 8 this year. That'd be hilarious. Smash, Melee, and Wii U have been consistent, you know, for years with really high entries, and Wii U has the second highest amount of entries of all the games in this tournament. Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2 actually has a lower amount, down to 827 entries from last year, considering this is a newer build of the game. Really interesting. And finally, Injustice 2 has 883 entries, and we haven't seen Injustice since 2014, which was Injustice 1. So this will probably be the last EVO that we'll see. Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3, this will be the last hurrah, since, you know, we'll probably be getting Marvel's Capcom Infinite taking its spot. I guess if the Super Street Fighter V rumors are true, I guess we can count that as taking the Street Fighter V slot, even though it is like a glorified Season 3 according to the rumors. So yeah, a lot of newer fighting games will be taken over. We might see Dragon Ball FighterZ take up a slot, for example. So yeah, this will be the last EVO for a lot of games. So that's it, guys. If you're planning to go to EVO this year, you're definitely in for a treat. There's going to be a ton of upcoming playable fighting games at the event, as well as whatever announcements you're going to hear live. So don't forget to like the video, guys, and be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll keep you guys as informed as possible as I can. So till then, guys, take care.